investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. We are going to take a look at the German DAX and also the FTSE. As you can see, they're completing these very large three-drive patterns and expanding triangles that we've been watching, and the same thing that we're looking at in the Dow Jones. If we take a look at the Dow Jones on a 4-hour chart, you'll see we're right up to that 34,000 level, which we thought we were probably going to get to. So that's going to be interesting of whether this holds up or not. Now, I would like to comment about David White. Yesterday, David posted this chart, of course, on the TLT because we had went up and we hit the perfect 786 retracement ABCD Gartley in that, and that was the equivalent of that rally that we were having in the Treasury bonds. We immediately broke 1.5 points in the Treasury bonds after hitting 58. Well, actually, 159. We got down to the low 157s, and it looks like we're going to start heading lower. So those are just a few. Those charts that David does for TFNN are just spot on. You get them usually early morning or the night before, and they don't all work, but my goodness, they certainly line up pretty nicely. Now, here's one that didn't work. Here's one that looks so beautiful that we thought we were going to have a really good trade here. This was the soybean oil. You had perfect A, B, C, D. The AB leg and the CD leg were perfect in time and everything. It was a 4-hour chart, but this morning, right before the opening, the market rallied up and took us out for a $300 loss, and so we stand aside. This still might be okay, but the risk parameter on this only had to be $300, and that's all we were going to risk. That's all we wanted to see. Now, a couple big things are happening today from my perspective. If you remember yesterday, I was very, very nervous in the gold market, and of course what we did was, we put our stop at the, if it went below 1760 at 1759 is what we were looking at. And what happened last night is, let's just get this up here. You'll be able to see here. 1 second here. I want to get this up. I've changed the order 3 times already in gold today, folks, and I'm nervous for a good reason. I'll show you what that reason is. Probably means nothing, but we're going to pay attention to it because I really watch these numbers, very, very closely. So what we were watching last night was the pullback in the gold, and we shouldn't correct more than $11 off of any high. That would have taken us below 1760. We got to 1760.30, and then we rallied up to 1784. We took all of our long positions off at 1778, folks. The reason for that is, the drum roll, please, probably means nothing, but by golly, nothing sometimes means something. And what we're looking at here was the fact that the high today, to the exact tick at 17,000. $1,784.70 was the exact 382 retracement from the high on January 4th. And to me, we've been rallying now for 5 weeks, and so I was not going to hold it if we closed below 1772 today. I wanted to lock in 1,200, but when I saw that number, I immediately said, that's enough. If I'd have seen it earlier, I'd have got out at 1784, but I didn't get that. So I'm out, and now we're going to see what happens, and we're going to go to the next trade. Jerome Bressert will be our guest today at the break. Walt Bressert's son, used to be Hal Commodities. I think it's Alphanumerics, one of those real fancy names that he uses for his company, but we'll take a look at it. I've had a question about the British pound, and we've been watching the pound quite a bit. We've been waiting for this pattern to unfold. This is a hourly chart in the pound over the last month, and as you can see here, we are making a Gartley pattern up here. We just hit the price at 138.25. and we are looking to. We just sold it up there, 138.25. We're going to put a stop above 138.70. Going to risk about 40 pips on this one, which is $260. But that's what you have to do. You got an ABCD, you got a 3 drive to a top pattern, you got a 61% retracement, and you are in a downtrend. So that's what we're watching. So it's all about probabilities, folks. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you don't lose. So it's just one thing after another. Had a big win in gold and a small loss in the crude oil. Let's not say that. Small loss in the soybean oil. And we'll revisit that next week, of course. But right now, we're going to leave it on the burner. Now, here's another reason why I was a little nervous in the gold market is because the silver did go up, and we completed that high up there at the 26 and change level, and it immediately broke 40 cents, folks. That's a lot. In silver, so that made me a little nervous. Then I started looking at what I thought the gold might be doing, and so that's what I did. Now, I can only, I'm going to make mistakes along the way, but I try to keep them so that, if we can get them bought right and sold right, we're going to be okay. So right now I am flat the gold market. In fact, I should be short, but I just didn't have the courage to do it. And in fact, we've had a good week, and I certainly don't want to stand in front of it. But we're going to have a really interesting increase in volatility from what we've seen here recently because it's backed off. The market keeps charging higher. I know that it looks like it's going to go up forever, folks, but I had one indicator yesterday that just literally has never failed me, and that is I had a customer at Drexel, a rabbi. I'm still in touch with him. He's 92 now. He's retired, living in Palm Springs. And he called me up and said, "Is it time to buy stocks?" Folks, Jerry he's the nicest guy in the world and extremely wealthy. But he was wealthy before he was a rabbi. But he has the perfect timing system. Whenever he's ready to do something, do the exact opposite. I don't know if he's going to be right this time or not, but every time he's called me over these 40-some years I've known him, and we laugh about it. He said, "Yeah," he said, "I think it's in my psychic." He said, "I don't do any of these trades." I said, "Yes, Jerry, I know that. But what makes you do it?" And he said, "I don't know. I just want to pick up the phone and tell you." It doesn't make any difference whether it's gold at 2060 or 1960 or soybeans at $4. He just has a knack for it, and it's we really laughed about it. Anyway, we'll watch it closely. We want to take another look here at the dollar index because that's all part of the British pound. And if you see here on this dollar index, you'll notice here that we are right at the 50% retracement here today. We've been down here at this level for just about 3 days. We should hold that 91.50 level. That was equivalent to just about 2,000 in the euro, which is another one that we're watching. And as you can see here, the euro has been in a really nice 10-day run in a downtrend. So that is the reasoning why, we shorted the pound. That was the weaker of the two. And the amount that we're risking, of course, is very, very small. And the numbers were just lined up perfectly. That's what, the numbers were lined up perfectly in the soybean oil, too. But it still took off. So, what do you just can't stand in front of it. That's all there is to it. Hey, we're going to take a little break here. 877-927-6648.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, Mr. Z in the room has asked me a question about when I left Commodity Corporation and I moved back to California. That was in January of 1986. The decades just go flying by, and the question is, did I change my style of trading? Yes, I had begun to change my style of trading, because remember, when I was at Drexel, folks, I was just bullish gold and silver from 76 to 1980, and I had made a great deal of money for a lot of people, and I was able to, we didn't have this quick computer stuff, everything was done by telephone, but I knew that I could beat the markets over a shorter term period, maybe not so much over a long term period. Once in a while I'll catch a big one, but I knew that if I were watching 3 and 4 day moves, that I wouldn't have to risk very much. So I approached it like a merchant. Like, today I've got eggs for sale, tomorrow I've got bacon to buy. So I didn't know what, like today my thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to sell soybean oil, and I was long some gold, so the gold worked, but the soybean oil didn't. But I knew by the time we got to January of 1986, these computers were starting to hit. The desktop computers were hitting, and they were starting to see. We had CompuTrack came on with their programs, and there were a whole bunch of other people that were bringing out Commodity Quote Graphics, and and they were just showing you all the charts. You had all these oscillators. I didn't use the oscillators, but I could see the charts. And then later on, whenever the .com thing was over, we started getting all of our, you can actually see what your equity is within a heartbeat. But that didn't happen until much later. But I knew at that point that I had what I needed to make it to the promised land. But what I didn't realize was when I got interested, when I did my first student, which was in late when was it? It was early 1986. Jocelyn Calkins came in from Lubbock, Texas, and spent a week with me and paid me, $5,000. And my deal was, if I didn't make money for that week, she didn't have to pay me, and we had a good week and made some money. Ended up training both of her kids, and so I knew I was having fun doing that. And then everything opened up for me, because the Merc asked me to go to China and start to, speak over there about how the markets were going to be coming, and how capitalism worked and how commodity markets worked on the floor. What happened when you buy a bar of silver or whatever it was. But that was very, very instrumental in doing what I wanted to do, and just met so many people along the way. I mean, I know some of these guys like Mike Marcus and some of these guys that have made billions of dollars, but I'll tell you what, they're none of them any happier than I am, because I've met a lot of really nice people along the way, and I know I've got another few years to go, but I've just been extremely lucky. So I view this as this is something that I was just made to do, I guess. I don't know why, but it turned out that way. I mean, if I could probably do better if I just bought something, walked away, and learned how to play golf. Well, I'd never learn how to play golf. I don't have that kind of patience. But that's what I look at. I watch it as if I'm a merchant. Some days I've got things to buy, some days I've got things to sell, and that's what I'm looking at. So I hope that helps. But that's how it all started. It was a long process, and it's been fun. And then I've got to talk to a lot of people over the world, travel to, I think we've been in 5 continents, and I don't know how many countries that we've talked to over the years, and made a lot of friends. So we'll see how it's going on. I wanted to spend just a moment here with the stock that Dave from Michigan talked about, which was Zoom. When he came on here last week, you remember we had that big gap up. That was on the 13th, and here we are 3 days later. You can see what happened. We went up and made the exact ABCD pattern up there at the exact 78% level, and have gone from 345, dropped another $20 down to that key figure, which is 328. And that key figure is still very important, because we still haven't filled that gap in there. So this stock is still bullish unless we get below 324, and then, of course, it will change. So there's a perfect example of looking at the shorter-term pattern. If I'm looking at this, on a long-term daily, am I going to sit there with a $20 handle and watch $20 per share go away? No, I'm probably not. And also, Mr. Z is talking about the corn. You're right, Mr. Z. One of the reasons why I like the short soybean oil, with totally 2 different products, of course, but as we have that beautiful 3 drive to a top pattern in the corn at 513 in the December corn. The high has been 517. We're trading around 510 right now, and I decided to do the soybean oil instead of the corn. That ended up in a small loss. The corn would have been a winner, but that's the way it goes. Some days it's chicken salad, and then other days it's chicken poop. You just never know. Okay, now, question that someone's asked me, and that is about the gold, why I got out of the gold. I'm going to bring this chart up for you. I'll tell you why I'm a little nervous, and I'll tell you why that we were looking at this big market up here. We hit 1970. The exact 382 today was at 1784.70. That was the high of the day. And I did that mathematically to make sure it was correct. And I said, that's enough for me. And then later on this morning, when I was looking at it, we were trading. You can see where it was right there at 1779. I sent this one out along with the message of just exit the long gold. We will look at it again in a few days, but we were going to exit it today anyway if we went below 1772. And so my assumption is, well, I have to make that decision, and so I decided to do it. The other reason that I did that is I see complacency in the stock market. I haven't seen this in quite some time. We've been up. We have such an incredible run here in the S&P here, folks. When we broke out of that big resistance level at 4104 a week ago, last Friday, if you remember, then that report came out. We've gone 70 handles higher, almost 80. We might be at 80 handles very soon, but that's an outlier event, and we're at the second standard deviation, and that in itself is a giant red flag. And so I'm just a little nervous about being long anything up in here. Now, another question is about, I wanted to share one really cool looking chart from our good friend Jim Bartolioni. He's one of the F-16 pilots that I was able to work with over. There's another example of how would I ever be able to do anything like that if I hadn't been teaching. You can see here, this is his log chart of the Dow, global Dow, and you can see we made these highs, and we are up in this area. As you can see, we're right at that 34,000 level, and that is something that we really need to pay very, very close attention to. So we'll see how that's going to see how that's going to make it move here. So those are just a few of the things that I have on my plate for today. But just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. But again, I wanted to thank David White for the TLT chart, because that was absolutely spot on. That's when we were hitting 159 in the bonds, and then of course we had the big break, and now we're going to be in another part of the correction to see if the 153 level can hold. But to me, it doesn't look like we're going to be looking at lower interest rates down the road, folks. I think the odds are that we'll be looking at higher interest rates. Now we've got Jerome Bressert's going to be coming up, Walt Bressert's son, and he'll be our guest here. I believe he'll have everything set up so that he'll be able to talk about what he's looking at. So stay tuned for Jerome Bressert.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The gold report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The gold report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The gold report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the gold report now. Protect your buying power. Order the gold report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have Jerome Bressert on the line today. Jerome, how are you doing today?
Well, hey, Larry, how are you doing, man?
I'm still above ground, living the dream.
Well, you're living in Arizona, so you're living in nice warm weather.
Oh, yeah, this is my time of the year. Other than the Palo Verdes, I love the hot weather. And, of course, anytime we get above 103, it bothers me a bit, but that doesn't happen too often. Why don't you take the mic over, my friend, and tell the folks what you're looking at today?
Okay, let me see how I start the start sharing. And I'm not sure. Do you see my screen?
I am not able to, but the folks at TFNN should be able to tell us whether we're seeing his screen or not. They usually have control of that. So, Al, could you let me know if we're able to see? No, they're not able to see him as of yet. So hopefully we'll get those lined up. And I thought we had this all set up.
I was a little off base. I thought it was at 12:30 East Coast time, but it's 12:30. Oh, it is 12:30 East Coast time, but I'm fine. So you should be able to see my screen now. Do you see it?
Yep, we're in business. Yep, we've got game. Go right ahead, my friend.
All right, let me start here. So last time we talked about the trade models. Let me pull this over here. Here we go. And so we went through trade model 1 through 5. And today, what we're going to do is go through 5 through 6, or actually 6 through 10. Hang on one second. Let me try to get this here. Education. There we go. So that's my trade desk right there. So that's where I'm sitting right now. And what I do is I use trade models, and I scale into trades and I scale out of trades. And part of my CTA is I had to set up what they call a CPO to trade the accounts. And the reason I had to do that, because I started out with 2 contracts. We have $2.5 million that we're trading right now. And we take money out each month. So last time we went through Keltner bands, moving average, buy, sell, never be left behind, reverse, and then, of course, Walter Britt's best trade. Remember that? So now we're going to do what they call the smooth chart filter. And smooth charts are right here, actually. Let me show you. So what I did is I realized that indicators were moving averages displayed a different way. That's what an indicator is, right? So an indicator is a moving average of sorts displayed a different way. So I said, well, why don't we just change that up and make a moving average of the open, high, low, last? And that's what a smooth chart is. That's what you see here. And so I said, well, if I did that, then will we see the momentum of the market? And that's what we see. So you can obviously see today we're kind of up and down, but we went down, went up, down, up. But right now we're going up, right? And so this is a smooth chart. So what this filter does, at least what we share with people, is if it's green, you buy. If it's red, you sell, right? Mm-hmm. And because markets are, in my opinion, moving averages of the move. So if the market's averaging up, then we should buy. I have another mode 2. Mode 2 means that we don't look at the last price. Hang on one second. Let me move this over. Oh, here we go. So this is mode 2. So the average price is the average price, right? And you can see this red line on my chart. And what that does is it shows you where the last price is. So that's what that shows. So it shows right now we're, well, it's pretty much at even at this point, but that shows momentum up. So if you're trading, you're trading the markets, you're trading, say, IBM, you're trading indexes, you're trading what have you, and the average close, the close is above the average open, high, low, last of the market, you can assume that the momentum is up, in my opinion. That's at least that's how we teach it. So next we have. Hang on one second. Go ahead.
How many monitors do you have there on your desk? Someone's asking a question.
I have 4 monitors.
Okay.
And this is what they call a 4K monitor. So the reason I have 4K is because I want to see more information, of course. So I use a 4K monitor. I have it tied into what I call Houston Control, which is a supercomputer, and I so that's what I do. Oh, if you want to know more information, I have over here. You can see I have the 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20-minute chart, and then I have over here the 60, 87, 90, 120, 120. I'm sorry, 180, 200, 240, and then here. Let me get rid of this here. I have the long-term charts. Now, why do I have all these charts, right? Let me pull this up here. And this is Market Pulse. Market Pulse monitors 15 different chart time frames at the same time.
Wow.
And so you can see this is momentum, and this is called reversal. So I'm looking at smooth spread, smooth charts, and if we're above or below the MA, and then I have the VMI. VMI is called volume momentum indicator, and that's what you see here. Hang on one second. Let me move this up here and drop it. Okay, so here's the VMI. So what I'm doing with the VMI, I think I'm the only person that developed this. What I do is I chart the number of contracts bought at the offer versus sold at the bid. And then I chart it as a candlestick chart. So we have the open, high, low, last of that. And so I wanted, everybody used to ask my dad, why did the market go up? And my dad always gave the same answer 100% of the time. He goes, because there was more buyers than sellers. But the true answer.
And he was right, Jerome.
Right, Larry. Right, Larry. And the true answer was there was more contracts bought than sold. And that's what gave me the idea of developing VMI, right? And so what I wanted to see, by the way, let me do this. Let me move this up here. There you go. And move that here. So I have the red line, green line, yellow line. And so the green line and the red line, I'm sorry, the green line and the yellow line are double Stokes that my dad developed with another guy, right? So, and the red line is the old Bressert line, the B line. But what I did with that was different is I made them, I added cycles to them.
Okay, good. Hey, can you stay with us, Jerome? We got to pay a few bills, and we'll be right back.
Okay, got it.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Okay, we're back, folks. We're speaking with Jerome Bressert. Would you like to continue, young man?
Hey, Larry. Thank you very much. And you know what I'm working to do is give value to your customers that you're listening or that are listening. And part of that is momentum. And momentum is what we were just talking about before, which is called VMI. So remember, my dad said more buyers than sellers, but what I said is there's more contracts bought than sold. That's how the markets move up or down. And with that information, you can then determine momentum, because that's what all trading is about. When you think about it, right? It's it's momentum based, right? So either the momentum's up or the momentum's down. And so the way that we determine that is with VMI. So the other thing that we do is we have other trade models. So the seventh trade model that we teach is called double tops, double bottoms. And what is a double top and a double bottom? And how does that make you a better trader, right? I mean, do markets just go up and then retest the top, or do markets go down and retest the bottom? The answer is yes, that's what they do. So if you look at this chart, let's pull this chart here over, and then and you can trade this. I mean, now a triple top and a triple bottom is different. Now, what is a triple top? A triple top is where it tested the third time or the fourth time. And why is that important to you? Well, if it does it the third or fourth time, that means prices, in my opinion, are accepted. And the market's likely to continue, right? So let's take a look at this chart here. We have a top and then a double top. Market went where? Down. Now, most people are trained by all these, quote, gurus that say, hey, I'm smarter than you, right? They say, buy that. But actually, what's the name of the company? Well, let's just keep going. It actually stopped here and went down. Now, here's a triple top right here. Here's a quad top, and then here's a four, and then look what the market did. So we came down, made a bottom, came up, and this is a 5-minute chart of the NASDAQ, made another bottom. Now, the bottom wasn't as low as the previous bottom, but in my opinion, that's a double bottom, okay? And then we had a top, and today's, honestly, to be honest, today's been a mess. I mean, look at this. We had the top, we went down, went up, down, up, down, up. And then we took it. So there's 4 tops right there, and then we took it out, and then look where we're going. So when you have a quad top, or a triple top, I call it, which means 3 or more, then the market's likely to continue, in my opinion. Okay. And so that's what the double top is and the double bottom. So the next one.
Hey, Jerome, we have a question, and one of our listeners is asking, are you looking at open interest? Because, open interest, you don't get to the end of the day. At the end of the day, do you check open interest to see if it verifies the number of contracts? That's his question.
That's a good question. And let me say that I don't. I don't look at open interest. And here's the reason why. It doesn't matter what the open interest is, in my opinion, okay? Because the market is likely to continue based on volume difference, which is called delta, right? So if there's more contracts being bought, and let's take a look at this chart here. Hang on one second. So you can see VMI is going up right now down here. So VMI is going up. We're at a triple top. You should be long the market. Now, let's say that you're wrong. Well, hang on one second. Are you wrong or is the market wrong? Right? Right?
Yeah, got that answer already.
and so, you know the answer. And why do I say that? Why do I say that, Larry? Because what happens is people take trading personally. Everybody wants to be right? Say right. And so what happens is, as a trader, I've been doing this for 35 years, right? And I used to take it personally, right? Like I would get calls from all my friends who are trading. I was right. Oh my God. But are you really right? And the thing about it is hang on, how do I say this? You're not right. The market is right. The market is always right. And
it just
go ahead.
It just happened to be taking you for its ride with it that time.
And that's based on momentum, Larry, right? So momentum is the basis for if you are right? And so on our methodology and how we trade on our trading fund, we don't go all in, right? So let's say you have the ability to buy 100 contracts, right? I actually can buy 400 contracts, but let's say you can buy 100 contracts, right? And you enter the market at this price. Where are we at right now? 20, 30, 32, 14, 322, whatever. And let's say that the market goes down, right? But you're maxed out. You're maxed out at the number of contracts. Well, that's not going to do you any favor because you have no more bullets to fire, right? So we start out with 2 contracts. We have a $2.5 million account, and we start out with 2 contracts, and we scale into trades and we scale out of trades, and that's why we keep winning, because nobody knows what the bottom tick's going to be. And nobody knows, not your mom, your aunt, your wife, your husband, nobody knows where the top tick's going to be. Nobody. So why even try that? So in my opinion, and I have to say it because I'm a CTA, in my opinion, you have to scale into a trade and scale out of a trade, right? And that's how it works. But let's keep moving on here. Hang on. We're on ops. What is an op? Oh my God. Where did that name come from? Ops means open pivot, right? An op is actually on my market pulse. You can see it right here on the momentum. You can see ops up, ops down. Ops means open pivot. And what that does, and the value to give your customers online here, is if you're above the previous bars open, or you're below the previous bars open, that's called momentum, right? Because everybody uses opens. Well, not everybody. I do. And what I do is I look at the open of the previous bar. You got a commercial.
Yeah, we got to pay a few bills. We'll be right back with Jerome Bressert, folks. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks. We're speaking with Jerome Bressert. Jerome, would you like to tell the folks how they could reach you if they'd like to have more information?
Yeah, absolutely, Larry. I appreciate you having me on the site here. So my website is alpha-hunters.com, alpha-hunters.com. And I was just talking about the ops, Larry, and I just want to share with your customers here, your people watching. So this is ops down. You see how the market went down here? And this is ops up. See how it keeps going up? So when you're trading, right, and you're wondering if you're on the right side of the market, you can look at, are you above or below the previous bar's open? Okay, that has a lot of value. So you can stay with the trade. But at the same time, you might take some heat if you're ops down, you're long, because most markets go what I call 4 to 9 bars, which is called cycles. Obviously, my dad. In one direction. So if you're ops down and you're only 1 bar down, you might have to go down 4 to 9 bars, right? So you might take a lot of heat on that trade. doesn't mean you can't make money on the trade. It just means that you might take some heat because the market goes, like I said, 4 to 9 bars, typically in one direction. And that's it.
Wow. Well, listen, we'll have you on again soon, and I want to wish you the best of luck. Be safe, and tell your mother I said hello.
My mom's here right now.
Well, please tell Teresa I said hello. She's one of the reasons I'm in Tucson. I used to come and visit you guys back in 83, 84, I think. Hey, listen, take it easy, buddy.
I would tell you. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it.
You bet. And we'll have you on again soon, Jerome. Okay, folks, let's... we got to wrap it up here. We've only got a couple of minutes. Remember, live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And make sure that you help your neighbors out, folks, because even though everything is over and we're back to normal, tongue-in-cheek, people still need help. So please help your neighbors if you can. It'll pay you big dividends when you go to meet the big guy in the sky, which we will all meet someday, God willing. Well, we don't have to worry about that. We will meet him. Okay, we're flat to gold now, folks. We got out of our gold position at 1778, and we're waiting to see what happens next.